Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to this video. Now, please do me a favor. If you enjoy this channel, subscribe and the alarm bells for future content such as videos, live streams, community content. And I always forget to say this. I do not know why, but I'm posting a lot of shorts and I don't even mention it. So, also shorts. You want to be notified for those? Please press the alarm bells. Now, if you want to also have an opinion, I should say, or a say, comment. And if you enjoyed this video, like, you know what I'm saying, helps the channel grow a lot. On top of that, people, you have got the socials: TikTok, Instagram, and I'm just gonna do TikTok, Instagram. Instagram's right there, and X. Now I've been posting a lot on TikTok and on Instagram, so check that out. X, I mean, I don't really post, but I will soon start posting there. So go through those. And by the way, X is a dumb name. I have to just bring that out there. That's a new catchphrase. X is a dumb name. Yeah? And most importantly, people, please take care of yourselves and be happy and satisfied wherever you may be. Yeah? So today and from now on, every week, we're going to be talking about what I think is going to be the result of the coming games in the Premier League. Right? And this is game week 27. So let's begin. There you go. Let me get rid of this. There you go. Fantastic. Okay, look, this is amazing. All right. Now let's go through the first games. Chelsea versus or Brentford, I should say, who are home against Chelsea. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Now I've heard that Brentford had played awful. I haven't watched them, but I heard they play off. All I know is, was it Thomas Frank, if I'm not mistaken, the manager's name? Played like a five at the back, and he tries to, defend and then go on a counter attack. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but that's what I've heard he does. I know they got Ivan Toney, banging striker. I know they got Embuemo, unbelievable player. I have him in my fantasy. I had him in my fantasy, but then I got rid of him because he got injured. But that's all I know. Who else do they got on their team? Am I missing somebody? I'm sure I must be missing players. They have Wissa, I think his name was. He had a good start to the season. Wissa, I believe his name. I could be wrong, but the point is, they got some players that can play defense. I believe they got Henry and they got. I don't know, but let's look at where they are in the table. And then obviously there's Chelsea, which I will get to in a second. Let's see where they are in the table. All right, so they are now. Hey, yo! What's going on here? What's going on here? Where is Brentford? They're 16th. Oh my god, they're actually in bad form, man. Lost to Man City. They beat Wolves. Lost to Liverpool. Oh, but they played City and Wolves. Lost to City again. Oh my god, their luck is dreadful, And they lost to West Ham. Now I heard in this game, they were So you know what? That's interesting. Now let's look at Chelsea. Right, Chelsea. Now Chelsea, I believe they're 11th. Oh, 11th. Damn, I thought they were 10th, but I think because they dropped points. Yeah, see, they drew last game against Man City, but they beat Fulham in their West London derby. They lost to Liverpool convincingly. That Liverpool smoked them. Wolves beat them as well. Now those were like the two worst games that they had recently. And then they beat Crystal Palace. Now I believe that was Roy Hodgson's last game for Palace, and Chelsea beat them in that one. And then you had obviously the draw where they actually played unbelievable in, and they got a result. If only Man City didn't score in the end. All right, so listen, people, I am going to go. Where the hell is it? Where is the fixture? Oh, what? Yo, what are you doing? There. All right, so you see this fixture right here. Here. I'm going to say that they win. Yes, who wins? I think I've heard Brentford are poor, but Chelsea are. They're hit and miss, and they're away Chelsea. I feel it's gonna be one of them games where Tony shows who's boss. I'm gonna say Brentford to win 2-1. I feel like Chelsea won't do enough. Plus, there's something about this Chelsea team. They lost the cup final, they bottled it, and then they didn't play good against Leeds, but they got a result. I think Brentford will win 2-1. I have a gut feeling because Chelsea are like the weirdest team ever. But if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. Let's move on to the next team or the next game. Everton and West Ham. Now, this is interesting. I do not know what position these two teams are at, to be really honest. Everton are 15th. All right. Oh, what the? About if it's glitching, I'm sorry, guys. But Everton are 15th. Sean Dye. Is it Sean Dye's their manager? Sean Stone Cold Steve Austin? Anyway, yeah. Fulham 0-0. 2-2 against Spurs at home. They lost 2-0 to City. I mean, obviously, you're going to lose 2-0 to City. Let's be honest. 1-1 to Crystal Palace. And 1-1 to Brighton away. So that's their record. And West Ham. We're going to go check where West Ham are at right now. West Ham are in 8th. So they're not doing bad. I know they got Kudus. They got the Alvarez guy in midfield. They got Areola in goal, if I'm not mistaken. I know they got Aguerd, my Moroccan guy, in the back. They got some players, Zibda. They got some players. The draw, loss, win. So their record is iffy as well. But they have a better season. They're playing a better season than bloody what's it call it, Everton for sure. But they lost to United. That's 6-0. I remember their fans left the ground. That was nasty. Listen, if that's the case, let's go back to this. I'm going to say, yeah, man. Listen, people. What we're gonna say for that? What the hell's going on here, bro? No, man. Where's the fixture list? Before I make a prediction, I need to find the screen. I don't give a damn about March 11th. Where is it? Yeah, this one. There you go. I got it. Finally. Finally. I'm going to say for this game, 2-2. 2-2 draw. I feel like there's something about this being a 2-2 draw. Fulham and Brighton now. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's go to the table. The table. So Fulham are at the moment. Why are they sending me down here? This website's full of crap, 12th. They drew games. Okay. They got a win against Bournemouth. They lost to Aston Villa at home, and they beat Man United. That was a big result for them, but Man United stunk. But I have to say, United absolutely stunk. We'll get to them in a bit, but yeah. And then Brighton lost. Oh my God, Luton beat them that badly. They beat them, Crystal Palace then, and then they lost Spurs, and then they destroyed Sheffield, but Sheffield stinks. And then Everton and Brighton 1-1 the previous week. So you take that what you will. But now we go to the result, and my friends, will go for my days. Where is my days, man? Don't do this to me, man. Just don't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for. Ooh. What do I go with this? Brighton get the weirdest results. And by the way, Fulham, screw you, because you guys, that Paulinia deal pissed me off. Hey, Tony Khan, whatever you're doing in AEW, please don't do that in Fulham, man. Please, I know your ego is so big. But stop, man. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and make it quick. I'm gonna say Fulham scrape a win. 3-1. Not even scrape it. I think they'll win. I feel like Brighton are like very weird, and they're away. So I'm gonna say Fulham 2-1. 2-1 to Fulham. It's very reluctant though, but yeah, but 2-1. Newcastle and Wolves. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Newcastle and Wolves, MBS FC and Wolves. Oh, 10th and 9th. We got him. Oh my, what's going on? We got him. There you go. So Fulham, they lost to Man United. Oh, that was unlucky, man. If it wasn't for Kobe Minor, that would have been, yeah. They beat Chelsea though. They beat Chelsea because Chelsea stunk. And was it who played good for Cunha? I believe Cunha played good for them that game. Unbelievable. You got Brentford who beat them. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that one. You got Wolves beating Tottenham away. Oh my god, man! Tottenham with their bloody fullbacks that game. Hi, that was. And then you got Wolves beating Sheffield, but Sheffield, I mean, enough said the better. Now Newcastle, man, Newcastle, I'm disappointed with them, but they got bare injuries. Uh, they basically beat Aston Villa 3-1 away. That's massive. They've drawn 4-4 to Luton. That shocked me. They basically beat Nottingham Forest 3-2. Yeah, man, that's mad. And they drew to Bournemouth 2-2, and then they also lost to Arsenal 4. That Arsenal smoked them. I'm not even gonna lie. Newcastle are kind of disappointing me this season, man. You know what, man? I'm looking at this right, and then I look at the fixtures. Let's go back to the fixtures, and please this time, don't screw me like this. Let me go back to now. You look at this, right? You look at the fixtures, and you're thinking, I you would think Newcastle should win, but Wolves. There's something about Wolves. I don't know what it is. I actually don't know what it is with Wolves. Like they just somehow get some result here and there. But I'll give. I don't know who's fit for Newcastle, to be really honest. But Newcastle has to win, man. They really do. I'm gonna. Uh, Fucking hell. What do I go with this? 3-1 Newcastle. Screw it. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But yeah. All right. Now Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Now I know where Liverpool are in the table, but we'll still go through that because we just must. We must. Right? Shall we? We must. We know we're at the top of the table. Right. Now they've got all wins, but the only loss they had in recent weeks was against Arsenal, and they had a loss against Tottenham early in the season. So yeah, they beat Chelsea 4-1, but then they lost to Arsenal at the Emirates. That was shocking from Liverpool. I'm not even gonna lie. Then you had 3-1 to Burnley. They beat Brentford 4-1, and then they beat Luton 4-1. So, and I think they did this during well, not this past week. I think the week prior. So, yeah, interesting. And Nottingham Forest. Where's Nottingham Forest? Oh my god, they're actually bloody woeful. They lost 2-1 to Arsenal. They drew 1-1 to Bournemouth. They lost 3-2 to Newcastle. I think I talked about that already. And they beat West Ham 2-0, and then they lost to Austin. But Austin Villa look pretty good. I have to give them credit. They do look pretty good. So now let's go to the fixtures. I, I can you not like this bloody. I apologize, people. The internet is bloody woeful. But yeah, there we go. So I'm going to say, people, for this game, Liverpool will comfortably win. Now, how comfortably will they win? I don't know. Not as comfortable as previous games. I'm gonna say 4 to Liverpool, but two to what you call it, for Nottingham Forest, because I feel like Nottingham Forest can catch them at times, especially they're playing kids now. So yeah, and I think the Liverpool players will be back. I don't think they're gonna fully be playing kids. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. Tottenham versus Crystal Palace is gonna be interesting. And you know why it's going to be interesting? That's going to be interesting because I'm curious to see. Now, I don't know. Are their fullbacks fit or are they not fit? I have no idea. But my God, their high line, it kind of reminds me of when we, Bayern, what you call it, had Flick and he was going full all out. The only difference is we rarely conceded and counted because we had a top goalkeeper. And these men are just conceding, even though Vicario is good. But yeah, at some point you're just gonna get caught. You know what I mean? Especially in the Premier League compared to our league. So anyway, you got a draw, right? Manchester United. That was an Old Trafford, right? Yep, it was. And they're fifth, by the way. My Tottenham. 3-2 win to Brentford. Then they drew to Everton. Then they beat Brighton, and then they lost to Wolves. Now, again, are the fullbacks fit? I don't know. I would like to think that they're fit, but I have no idea. Let me check quick. I'm curious because, by the way, this is very important for me to basically dictate what result comes out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because they rely a lot on their fullbacks. So if they're gonna be playing Davies and Emerson in fullbacks, then yeah, I think it's gonna be long, man. I actually personally think it's long. But you know what? It's Crystal Palace, but it's under what's that new manager's name, man? I forget. He won the Europa League with what you call it, Frankfurt. I remember he won the Europa League with them. I forgot his name. What's his name? Oliver Glancer, yes, Oliver Glancer. So it's gonna be, I believe it's his. Is it his first game, or did he already play his first game? But yeah, man, I'll tell you this: he's gonna make sure that these man defend and counter. So Tottenham, if you ain't careful, they'll catch you. So I have a funny feeling in this game. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be long for Tottenham, man. I actually think it might be long for Tottenham. Funny enough, and for that, I'm going to say that Tottenham will lose. I think Tottenham will lose. I don't think. I feel like they'll catch them a lot, man. I think they'll lose 3-1. I have a funny feeling that this manager bounce is gonna be working. And you know what, man? What was Palace's last result? Because boy, I just looked about. I already forgot. Listen, I'm gonna go for the risk in this one. 3-1 to Crystal Palace. Because that high line, there's only so much you can do with it. I genuinely think there's only so much you can do with that high line. Anyway? Let's go to Luton versus Aston Villa. And listen, Luton have been doing unbelievable coming into the Premier League, but they're gonna play Aston Villa, even though Villa's away and Luton are home. I feel like Villa might get a result. But let's look at the table. We'll look at the table, and as you see in this table, right, you got what? Damn, man, this website stinks. Anyway, loss. Who did they lose to though? Does it not show? Oh, to Newcastle. They also beat Sheffield 5 by Sheffield. They lost to United 2-1 in their ground. Nah, United are just getting away with the result. I don't know how they do this. Aston Villa 2-1 victors away, and then they beat Nottingham Forest. You know what? They nearly choked that one, but again, Villa absolutely showed some resilience and they got back. Now Luton. Where's Luton? Luton. I think Luton are not doing too bad for what they. Oh no, actually they're not doing too bad for what we thought was going to happen, but they're still in the relegation zone. Let's just say that they beat what you call it, Brighton 4-0. They drew 4-4 to Luton. They then lost to Sheffield. Now I'm not gonna lie. For this, I'm not too shocked, but I'm also kind of shocked because I don't think Sheffield have been good enough at all. Then you have Man United beating them away. Then you got Liverpool smoking them. So yeah, listen, there's only one result for me. I'll be really honest. I personally I think Aston Villa is gonna win. But what result? What result are we talking? We're talking like let's just say 4-1. 4-1 to Aston Villa. I'm gonna go 4-1 Aston Villa. Luton will get one back somewhere down. All right, listen. Burnley and Bournemouth. Now, what position are Burnley and Burnley? I know they're 19th. Let's look through Burnley real quick. What is this? Oh my god, man. Anyway, Burnley 3-1. They lost to Man City. They drew 2-2 to Fulham, and then they just lost the remaining games to Liverpool, Arsenal, and Crystal Palace, their last game. And there you go, the manager bounce right there. So there you go. So from I mean, Burnley is just stinky company. I think he's trying too much to play coach an attacking game in the Premier League with the players he has. And they should have signed players, man. They really should have. Did I? Oh shoot! I forgot one more thing. Let me check Bournemouth. How dare I? I didn't check Bournemouth. Where's Bournemouth? Oh, they. Go back. No. Bournemouth. There you go. They drew to West Ham. They drew to Nottingham Forest. They lost to Fulham away, and they drew to Newcastle 2-2. And then they obviously lost to Man City 1-0 away. I mean, Man City weren't the best, but I mean, they got a result to get against them. And yeah, we'll talk about them in a bit as well. But result, listen, man, I think this is going to be 1-1. I can smell a 1-1 in this. I don't know why. Like, I don't think any of these two teams are doing great now. So I'll just give it a 1-1. All right, before I go to this game, let's talk about Arsenal's game against Sheffield United really quickly because the other one, this is simple, and the other one is just, yeah, let's be honest. Let's behave a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, so Sheffield are last. Their only win was against Luton, that in itself is a bit shocking to me. You know what I mean? And then the rest are all losses. Like, who did they lose to? They lost to Palace. They lost to Aston Villa. They lost to Brighton, and they lost to Wolves. Shocking, man. That is absolutely shocking. And then you look at Arsenal, and you know what? Arsenal have actually been picking themselves up with all wins. They got a win against Nottingham Forest away from home. They got themselves a victory against Liverpool at home, which I have to admit, even though I did see Liverpool shocking from them that game, Arsenal did do pretty well. That I have to admit, they did dominate. They destroyed West Ham to a point where their fans left the ground. Burnley, same thing, and then they beat Newcastle. So I have to give them credit, man. They've been on good Premier League form. It's just the Champions League form is where they need to get that sorted, and that comes down to their experience. But in terms of the result for that, I'm going to go for. Oh, damn, man, they're gonna smoke them, man. They smoke Sheffield. You know what? Personally, for me, yeah, I actually think this is gonna be a 6-0. There's like, I'm sorry, but Sheffield are so bad, and Arsenal are like competing for the league. I actually think they're gonna smoke him 6-0. But now let's go for the main event. Now can I press on this one? Well, they're like, let me. Oh no, it's just gonna show stats, and I'm not trying to look at stats. All right. Well, let's just stick with Man City, and if you can let me actually to the damn man, this site stinks, man. Where am I? Actually, where am I? My God, where is it? Did it send me all the way to April? Oh my days! What? Let me just quickly swipe up. There, this game. No, this game. Yes, City and Man United, the Manchester Derby. Yeah, this game. Hey, listen. This is where I'm going to put the full screen on. See this game? I hope Man United get cooked. I hope they get destroyed by the time, like to a point. I hope they get destroyed to a point where they just burn. They just burn. They just burn. I hate them with all my being. You know what? I'm gonna go get the sugar. 1 second, man. I'm gonna be shameless for this one. You see this? Yeah. See this? See this right there? You see this? I'm gonna be shameless. You see this team? This team better cook Man United, because if they don't cook, we got problems. We absolutely got problems. Yeah. I just want to point it out there. But there you go. Anyway, now that the hatred is out, we can move on. We can move on with predicting. Okay. Now let's go quickly predict this because I've been doing this video for too long with all these bugs. I'm probably never going to use this to make predictions ever again, even though it's the actual Premier League app. But still, man. Anyway, we're upside, but yeah, man, it is what it is. So obviously, Man City, they are second. Now they haven't been playing great, to be honest. I will be honest. They got what? They 3-1 victory against Brentford, 2-0 against Everton, 1-1 to Chelsea. They weren't great in that game. They also weren't great in this one, but they got a result. And same in this one against Brentford. And same with the away to Bournemouth. They weren't great, but they got a result. So, but then Man United, oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, not really, but they scraped a win against Wolves. They got a win against West Ham. That was a pretty good win. I'm not even gonna lie. They then scraped a win against Aston Villa, and they scraped a win against Luton, and then they got defeated last minute to Fulham. So all their bad performances caught up to them in this very game. Ten Hag, 10 Stone Cold Steve Austin. It is what it is. Now, because it's the end, I'm just gonna put this. My prediction for that game will be Manchester City to not destroy, because Man City haven't been. You know what? Man United usually in these games, I have to admit, they usually turn up at the Etihad for some dumb reason. So I will say it's gonna be tight, but eventually Man City will just run riot and they'll win 4-2. Man City 4, Man United 2. That's my prediction. So again, people, what's your thoughts? What's your predictions? Comments below, like it says over there. Also, if you enjoyed this video, you enjoy this channel, subscribe and alarm bells for all the contents that you will be getting in the future. You also got TikTok, Instagram, X, dumb name, and people. Most importantly, please take care of yourselves and be satisfied wherever you may be. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. Take care of yourself and see you later.